Alright guys, in my last video I talked about the 5 stages of hacking. So it is time for us to practicalize it in real life. So now we are going to hack this particular software. We are going to hack it in 3 or more different ways. So we are going to hack it. So using the 5 stages of hacking. So now the first thing we need to do, which is the first stage, is information gathering. So we need to get information about our target. So this is the particular app that we want to hack. So we need to get what? We need to get information about it. One of the first information gathering you do is to get the IP address. So this one is a software. So I need to get the IP address. If it's a website, you get the domain name. So whatever you want to attack or you want to hack as an ethnic hacker, you need to first get information about it. Then apart from you getting information, so you can see I type ifconfig and I got the IP address. The IP address is 192.168.210.11. So now that is the first one, getting IP address. So now that I've gotten the IP address, then I can also do the Nmap scan. So I can do the Nmap scan. So what I'm going to do there is I will just type sudo. You see, I'll come to my Kali Linux, sudo nmap, then I will scan for the service and the version of the software or dependency that run on that particular software. So this is it. I've done it because of time. I don't want to waste much time on this. So I've also done my Nmap. So if you cannot use Nmap, you can use what? You can use mass scan. Then apart from that, you can also use showdown. So another tools you can use for information gathering is showdown.io. So you can use showdown.io. So this is showdown website. You can see account.showdown.io, then you register. So you are going to create an account. Once you create an account, then you log in. So since you already have an account, so you are going to log in using your username and your password, or you can log in with Google. So now I've entered Showdown dashboard. So I'm just going to search for any targets that I want to attack, most especially the targets that I have permission to attack as an ethnic hacker. So let's say, for example, now let's say Google. Now you see, you're going to show me details about it. You see, so that is it. So that's how to use Showdown. Then apart from that, you can also use NSLOOKUP. So this NSLOOKUP in your Kali Linux. So you just type NSLOOKUP, then you type the name of the target. This is my own website. So it's a foodbanksapp.onrender.com, and it's going to show you this is the server address. Then this is the IP address and all that. So you can see, so it give me some little details, you see, showing me that it is protected using Cloudflare and all that. So all these things, they are just information gathering. They are things that you are trying to gather before you attack. So apart from that, you can also use dig. You can use dig and paste the websites. You see, you can use dig and enter. So it's going to show you some information about that particular website or that particular target. You see, so you get some information about it. You get things that run on it, things that are protecting it, like that. So apart from all these ones, you can also use the harvester. I think I have the harvester here. So you can also use the harvester. So we have the harvester. You can see, you can just run this one and it's going to help you. So you have the harvester, you see it. So just run it and it's going to help you to bring out any email, any accounts, no phone numbers, anything that is on that particular website is going to bring it out for you. But don't forget, we are not attacking any website, so we are attacking this particular software. So this is what we are trying to attack. So now that is stage 1. Now for the stage 2, what we are going to do next is to do what we call scanning. So we are going to do what we call scanning. So how do we do scanning? So you come here, this is scanning, sudo nmap sv. You can use nmap to scan. So this is it. I've scanned and I've seen different open ports. These are open ports, you see. Now these are the port numbers, 21, 22, like that. So we have a lot of ports, you see. I put -p so that it can scan all the 65,336 ports. So I've scanned it using Nmap. So I may also want to try using another tool, which is called Nessus. So I can use Nessus to scan for vulnerability as well. So let me show you that. So for you to use Nessus, the first thing you need to do is to download it. So you go to your browser, so you download it, you visit this website, tenable.com, download, blah, blah, blah. So just come here, then you can download it. Click on download. So the moment you download it, then you install it. So now that you have downloaded it, then you have downloaded your Nessus. So the next thing is for you to install it. So you just type sudo, then the package, you see it, then this one is going to help you to install it. But make sure that you are installing it where you actually have the downloaded file that you have downloaded from this website. So make sure you are installing it there, because if you are not doing that, it's not going to install. So after you have installed it, then the next thing there is to start it. So for you to start it, you type sudo, then system nessus.service. So this is going to help you to start the Nessus. And once the Nessus has started, it is going to show you. So once it has started, it's going to show you a page like this. You see it? I already have it. So I just need to input my password. So it's going to log in. You see, I've conducted some vulnerability analysis. So I want to start new scan. I'll click on new scan. So on Nessus, I can run different kind of scan. I can run old discovery scan, you understand? So where I'm going to discover whether the site or the application is live or not. I can run ping scan to know whether it is working. Then I can run basic network scan. I can run credential validation, advanced scan, you see a lot of them. I can also run malware scan. You see it? I can run malware scan. Then I can run mobile device scan. You see it? And I can run web application test scan. I can run the credential patch scan. So I can run active directory scan. A lot. I can run a lot of scan. Yeah. I can run find AI scan. A lot of them. So I'm going to just choose basic network scan. So yeah, now for me to scan, I'll just put the name. I can just say software scan. I can put description. I want to test. Then you can put it in the folder my scan, so that anytime you want to visit it, you can visit it. Now it's time for you to put the target IP for you to scan it. Just the way you did the Nmap, that's the same way you are going to do this one. Remember that in the Nmap, look at what we did in the Nmap. In the Nmap, we got the IP address, which is this one. So I'm going to copy this IP address of the software. Then I'm going to paste it in the Nessus. So I'm going to paste it here. So you see it. So now I can click on save. So it is saving it for scanning to start. So you see, so this is it. You see it. This is it. So now I can launch the scan. You see the name is software scan, so I can launch the scan now. So let me launch it. So the moment I launch it, you see what will happen. So start. Now it has started already. You see it is at the top now. You see that it is already showing loading. It is running the scan already. It is running the scan already. So I can check up to see what is happening here. So this is it. So it is running the scan already. So I'm waiting for it to load. Sometimes it can take 10 minutes, sometimes it can take 20 minutes. So I'm going to wait for it. So you can click on that particular one to be looking for it as it is checking out the vulnerability. You see it's already checking out the vulnerability on that particular software. So you can see this is it, and it has discovered about 10 vulnerability. You see history 1, so I can decide to look at some vulnerability that it has found. You see, looking at it, it has found 10 already. So this one is high. One thing about Nessus is that Nessus is even going to tell you whether the vulnerability is critical. Critical means it has high impact, meaning that if it is exploited on your software or on a particular website, it means it's huge. The impact is huge. So if hackers should hack into it using that kind of exploit, forget, they can do a lot of things with that particular information. So we also have mix, we have high, we have a lot of them like that. So you can also read about the exploit. That's one thing about Metasploit. You can read about the exploits. So if I click on it, you see it's going to give me little explanation of the exploits. Now it's going to give me solution. You understand? Solution to this particular software that is outdated. This particular one, solution to it. So it is going to tell me the solution. You see, the solution is, look at it, upgrade to Samba version 4.2. You see it, 4.2. Now it's going to give me the port number. That's port 445. Port 445. If you go and check our Nmap scan, port 445. See this port. This is the port that is talking about. This Samba. It's talking about this port. So this port is vulnerable, and we are going to hack into it. So you can take note of that. You see, Nessus is already giving you way, like it's already giving you things that you should do. So meaning that I can exploit this one first because it has high impacts. So you can go back and continue checking the scan to see it. So you see, you can go back to the vulnerability. You see that discovered 15. Before it was 10, now it is 15. So yeah, you are still analyzing. You see, it is even giving us some graph to show us the impact of the vulnerability. If you look at it, you notice that, you understand. So it has discovered a lot. Now it has increased to 16. You see it. We have low vulnerability as well. You can click on it to read it, to know about it, and to know the solution and the fix. So yeah, you see this one is talking about the remote host answer to an ICMP timestamp request. So then you can see this one is on port 0. You see port 0. That's it. And the solution for it is filter out the ICMP timestamp request. So that's it. So one thing about this Nessus is that it will give you the vulnerability and it will give you the solution to that particular vulnerability, whether it is software or website or application that you are trying to scan. So this is how you use your Nessus to scan for vulnerability. I don't want this video to be too long, so you can use Nessus. So now you see that discover another one, critical. You see critical 9.8. see the score. The one he got before was 7.5. Now this one is critical, meaning that it's very, let me look at the vulnerability that I discovered there. So a shell is listing on the remote port without any authentication. An attacker may use it by connecting to the remote port, sending command directly, meaning that this one is like open door. It's like you leave your door open, so attacker can just use it to just. So it's going to tell us, okay, this is the solution. It says verify if the remote host has been compromised or reinstall the system if necessary. You see it now. So it's telling us that this particular software has a remote execution, meaning that attacker can just exploit it. So that's why Nessus is very important, and is is one of the best too. It will even tell you like this particular vulnerability that I discovered. You see the risk factor. You see it's telling us the year and every details about the vulnerability. So you can only use this Nessus for just your vulnerability assessment, and you can submit it, and they will see, oh, this is where we need to adjust this one. So it's a tool that is very good. So that is that about Nessus. So let me check the port 1524. Port 1524. So if I go to my Nmap 1524. Okay, look at it here. This is it. It's bind share. You see, meaning that I can bind to this particular port, and I will get access remotely without authentication, meaning that I won't need to put password, or I can put default password and I will get access to it. So that's what he's talking about. So now that we have already know all the we have scanned it, and we have know some vulnerabilities, some things about it. So since from our Nessus we already know that Samba is vulnerable, this particular one is vulnerable, but we don't know the version that this one is running, because from our Nmap scan we're able to see that it is running 3 points. Then we don't know the version, the exact version that is running. So let's try and check our Nessus and see if we're able to. You see, our Nessus has detected up to 61 vulnerability. So I'm looking for the Samba. You see, it has discovered a lot of critical vulnerability. So we are working with that. I want to look for Samba. So this is Samba. So let me check the version, whether it revealed the exact version. So it said we should upgrade to 4.2. That's the patch one, but it did not tell us the exact version that is running. We don't know the exact version that is running here. So what we are going to do first is to use our Metasploit framework and search for the exact version, because we don't know this version. So, and if we don't know the exact version that is there, we may not be able to exploit. So we need to search for this typical version using the Metasploit. So what we are going to do is that we are just going to open our Metasploit framework. So then, which is this, you see, this Metasploit framework, and I open it using MSF console. So we are going to use it. So let's just say use, then we are going to search for auxiliaries, because Metasploit has a lot of auxiliary. Then we look for scanner. So a scanner that will help us to, and scanner for what? SMP, which is Samba. So it's going to show us different scanner that we are going to use to search for that particular one. So now, since we are looking for version, and you see we have this one, so we can use this particular one to scan for it. So we'll just say use 1016, because it's on number 16. Now to use that particular one. then now I can run it. So let me clear the screen so that you can see clearly. So I'm already using that scanner now to scan it. I want to know the exact version that is running on that software. So if I run it, okay, so this one is telling me that I should put root host. So let me show options. I think something is not set properly. Show options. Now from the show options, I see it requires root hosts. So let me set my root host. Root host means the target. Set root hosts. So, and that is 192. Let me go and fact check it. That's 192.168.210.11. So instead of me typing, I can just paste it. So now it has been set. Show options to see if there's anything that is needed for my scan to run. So nothing, everything is set. So now that everything is set, so I can say run. I can run it to check for the available version that run on that particular software that I want to hack. So now you see that it gave me the exact version. So since it gave me that version, so I'm just going to copy this one and I'll use Metasploit. I'll use exploitation database for that. So let me run Metasploit. Then I'll paste it here to know the exact version. So this one is going to show me the exact version that is vulnerable. So from the results, I got a version. So now since I got this, so what I'm going to do next is to use the Metasploit and dig for the version. So I'm going to say search Samba. So this one is going to give me. So now I already know that this is 3.020 Abi. So I'm going to use the one that will work with that particular version. The one that will work with that particular version. So I'm looking for it. So okay. Okay. So let me use this particular one. Okay. Okay, let me use this one. That's number 15. So let me use it for my exploitation. So use 15. So that sets a payload for it, which is reverse netcard. So show options, or let me first show info to know what this exploit can do. So the module exploit a command, you see. So the module exploit a command execution vulnerability in Samba 3.020. So that this is the exact one that I got from my Metasploit. You understand? So this is the exact one. That's 3.0.20. So I'm going to use it. So it means this one will surely work for that kind of exploit. So let's go. So I'll just say show option, show options. Now then I just need to set my root hosts. so which is this place. I need to fill it, so I'll just say set root host, so 192.168.210.11. so you must make sure that it is correct. Then I've set it. So show options to double check. So now I've shown option and I've double checked everything is working fine. So it is time for me to exploit it. So let me run it on and see if we are able to exploit it. So it is already connecting, trying to gain shell. So you see command shell section 1 open. So it means I've exploited this. So I'm already in the computer system. So if I type who am I, you see it's telling me I'm root. Root simply means I am super admin. I can do anything on the on the system. So I can check for different directory or different file data on the on the computer, on the software. So you see I have this. If I go to the original this thing and I type ls, if I go back and I type ls, let me go back again to the roots and I type ls. Now you see it's going to show me everything that is here. You see, now you see that check liquids, archive, see the boot, bin and all that. Check it out. Then check this one too. You see everything is here. You see bin, boot, you see archive, so all that. So I can actually create anything inside this folder. That is escalation of privilege. I can drop trojans. That is stage 4. So stage 4 now I can drop anything I want. Since I've been able to exploit it, I can drop anything that I want on the on the application. Now since I am the root of this particular software, I've hacked into this particular software and I am now the root. So what I can do, which is stage 4, is escalation of privileges, meaning that I can do different kind of things. So one of the things I can do is I can dump all the password that is on that particular software, on this particular software. I can dump it and crack them, you understand, and know the exact password that is there, so on that particular software. So let me do that. So what I'm going to just do is I will just say cat/etc/shadow, then enter. Now these are the hash password that is on that particular system. You see it's different hash password. So what I just need now is to use, I can use John the Ripper to hash, to crack all this password, or I can use hashcat to crack all this password. You see it? So I can use, so all this one, they are hashes that is on that particular software. So I can use any of my tools to crack them up and have access to details, because all this one they are just hash and they have their own meaning. So they were just hashed for security purpose. So another thing I can do is to create another user for that particular software. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say user add -m, then attacker. The name of the user is attacker. Then I'll just type enter. So now I've created new users. So I need to set the password. So I'm going to set username and password. So I'll just say echo attacker is the username, while the password is pass123. Pass123. So depending on what I want, so I'll press enter. So now I have created new username and the password. I've passworded it myself. Now the next thing I can do, which is the last thing I'm going to do, is to drop Trojan, a Trojan backdoor, like a kind of Trojan that will give me access to this. So anytime I want to access it, I can access it anytime. So this is a backdoor. So MSF Venom, I'm dropping a payload, and the kind of payload I'm dropping is Linux, and it is for the 64-bit software, Metapita, reverse TCP. Now this is L-host. So L-host simply means my own IP address, the IP address of my Kali Linux. So the IP address of the Kali Linux. Why the L port means the port number I want to connect to. I can put it 444. So this one is the file, and I'm saving it as a file. So anytime I want to access, I can just click on this file and it's going to take me there. Okay, let me put the actual one. So if I put this one, you can see this, it's payload Linux, Metapita share reverse TCP. Then this is the IP address of my Kali Linux. This is the port I want to connect to, then file in binary, and that. So that's what it's telling me. So this one, I will create a backdoor for me. So anytime I want to access this particular software hack, I can have access to it. So this is a post exploitation, which is escalation of privileges. Stage is covering of track. I want to cover all the traces so that the owner of the software will not know that I've actually hacked into the software. So if I have already created, I've already created some .elf file here, so I need to clear it. You understand? I need to clear the traces so that they will not notice. You understand? So what I'm going to do is just to put something like this. You understand? Remove /tmp/shell.ef. So it's going to remove it. It's going to remove it from what? From all this directory. Or I can hide it. In fact, in some advanced way, I can also do what we call steganography, whereby if there's a picture there, I can embed my Trojan, which is that MSF Venom. I can embed it inside one of those pictures, and the person will not actually know. That's steganography. So there are a lot of things. I can delete all the history, all my history, everything I've done on the system. I can delete it. I can hide it. So that is escalation of privileges. So this is just the practical application of the 5 stages of penetration testing, or 5 stages of hacking. So information gathering, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access, and this is the 5th stage, which is covering of track. So thanks for watching. You can like, share, and comment for more informative video like this. So thanks.